Hello, it's a pleasure again to be here. Oh, pardon me. Hello, this is Be Inspired. It's a pleasure again indeed to be here. This month of the women's celebration, also celebrating women out there. So, my name is Ms.B. For those of you who are joining us or who are going to be watching this from wherever you are for the first time, I'm a hospitality trainer, coach, and mentor. I wear many caps. I would not exchange any for any particular thing. Instead, add to it to collaborate and co-create further. So it's always a pleasure to be here championing young millennial females in the space I belong to, hospitality, aviation, and tourism. So it is indeed a pleasure again today to be hosting another young female linked to this industry. So please join me in waiting for my guests. I hope anytime from here now soon to join us on this program and episode today. So I want to begin by saying what are the things that we hope to hear from my guests today? Very interesting things because hospitality, aviation, and tourism are such amazing career paths that makes you engage in so many things that it has such a huge multiplying effect on many industries unknown to many. Besides this, it has so many untapped potential. So here is my guest. Oh, voila, I love it. So let's see conversation. I can't wait. Fantastic. Let's see if she's ready to go. Oh, what? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear? Oh, sorry. I need to put my headphones. I've been talking without my headphones. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let me know. I'm sure some people might have read on the platform who I will be talking to today, but it's indeed a pleasure to have my guest here, and we are going to start the ball rolling because she's the most important person here today, not myself. So let me not bore you with my conversation. So before I start, on a light note, Uzi, like I like to make my guest relax.
Okay.
Can you first please introduce yourself to my guest this evening before I tell them a bit more, as I was trying to do before you came in, about Be Inspired? Yes.
Okay, I am Uzezi Ray, creative director for Waka Studio. I'm into
Great.
videography and everything video. It's
Fantastic.
so that's basically it.
Fantastic. So now, before I allow Uzi, as I call her, to go further, I just want, for the benefit of those of you that will be watching this for the first time, talk a bit about Be Inspired. Be Inspired is here to champion women studying, aspiring, or working in the hospitality, aviation, or tourism space, or women that are linked to this career path as well, because it's such a multi set and dynamic industry that it fits in everywhere. So everybody can be here as well. So it's also to create awareness among guardians, parents, and those that might not know about the career prospects and potentials of this career space as well. And of course, to encourage and motivate and inspire those that might still be in doubt that why are they in this space? The space, I always say, the place to be. So indeed, we will be speaking with Uzi, who happens to be linked to this career space as well, and asking her a lot of things to share with us today. So Uzi, before I go into the nitty-gritty of what we would talk about today to do with your career and how come we're speaking today, can you give me an idea? Which state are you from, and where are the places you have visited? Because I like to champion Nigerian states where people have gone to. So which states have you visited in Nigeria so far, and where are you from?
I'm Uzezi Ray, like I earlier said. I'm from
Great,
Delta State. I was born in
great,
Lagos. I have
great.
been to neighboring states around Lagos, which is Ogun State and Ibadan. Excluding that, I've lived in Port Harcourt, I've lived in Abuja,
Wow, wow,
um, Calabar also.
wow,
Those are the
wow. You have
no I have spent time Other places have been just fairly visits.
Right.
That's just it.
Wow, you haven't done too badly, I must say, Uzi. With all these places you have been, what stand or what has stood out for you so far in all these places you have gone to?
Okay.
In
Actually,
terms of tourism, let me put it more specifically in terms of tourism, for instance.
for one, I like things that are culturally inclined and things that
Great.
have interpretations, especially when it's traditional.
Right.
So Ibadan has done it for me a whole lot. Abeokuta has done it
Great.
for me so much. And then
Great.
when it comes to lifestyle, for
Right.
when it comes to lifestyle in regards to how people settle when it's in
Right.
rural areas, and
Right.
that's an area in Lagos, which is Badagry, has been a place where I've always run to whenever I want to clear my head, because it has that can make you think right, away from the hustle and bustle of the main Lagos, like it's being called. The serenity, the fresh food, the air, the less noise, and all of that. Then Ibadan
Great.
has done that for me too, where you meet people in their original state, people who
Right.
appreciate humanity, people who appreciate culture, and then you can see it in the way they eat, their lifestyle, how they sing. Almost in everything they do is culturally inclined. Then
Right.
places like Abuja has gone to show us the developed aspect of tourism and culture and that's also for Lagos too, and Port Harcourt, when it comes to preserving national identity and state history. They have a way of documenting it, that because these places are well developed, they don't really have to let those things remain in the rural state, or in the what would I call in that old or regional state it is. They always have they've had a way of making it better and more
Right.
attractive. That's the word.
I like that. Wow, fantastic. I'm sure Uzi will be talking more on that because I love the perspectives you have come from, really digging deep for us to better appreciate even what you're saying. So, as I said, let me go to it because I've got a whole lot of things, questions here I want to ask you. Can you help my audience to visualize how come you have been or you are linked into the hospitality, aviation, and tourism space? What is
For
the link?
for me, it started not like I planned it.
Okay.
And like I often say, it was a calling that I heard over the years. I
Right.
found myself being drawn to tourism and hospitality. I found
Right.
myself being drawn to wanting to see what is on the other side. Okay, they said this thing is here and that it can do this and that. So how do I experience it
Le-
by
le- okay. Right. No, go on. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
and so that has been it for me. I want to see with my own eyes. I want to document by my own self. I want to be able to tell other people who do not have the resources or the means of seeing these things, to help them see it in the real form. So over the years, I started off as a journalist, and while on the job, I somehow tilted from news to entertainment and then tourism and culture and hospitality, which I have been for a long time now, because I
Right.
found more like a solace or like a resting place being there. So that has
Right.
been.
Wow. 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 I love the fact that you said that it's solace is, I say it's the place to be. And it just shows that with this, your description, you are telling us that we're a hospitality sector that we
Yeah.
can bring, that sort of like peace and tranquility to people's mind. And no, fantastic. I love that. Now, let me still ask you, what were the qualifications that you really needed to acquire to do what you do, which we will still talk about as a videographer? Share with us, please.
Okay, first of all, it needed me to first be in the media, because that was the
Okay.
aspect I came in through, to be able to know what people wanted to see, not what you want to see, to know what people would like to ingest, to know what the audience wants, to know that's even in the media aspect. And as a videographer, as a creative director for Waka Waka, It started boiling down to what clients want, how to sell clients better, how to make them sell to a layman. How can you sell a client to a layman just by doing videos and all of that? So that was it for us. It started off as the need to fill that gap that has been filled over the years, not by telling serious story like people have always told, but still tell the same story in a very subtle way that people will want to invest and still understand the same question, the same point you're trying to make. For example, selling a brand that's in the media, that's in hospitality, aviation, and tourism. Usually you just see them show you sites and all of that and blah, blah, blah. That's not what we do. We try to let you know why you need to be there, why you need to visit these places, why you need to see these places. And if you've not been there, then you haven't been anywhere. So those are the kind of stories.
Fantastic.
With our video.
Fantastic. Wow. My dear audience, I'm sure you agree with me that I've got a dynamic female in the house today. And we have not started. We have just started this gist and this conversation. It's going to get hot, I'm sure, with the kind of person I know Uzi is so far interacting with her. So Uzi, let me also ask, with what you have said, which I will still come back to because you've said some interesting things as well. What are the kind of key skills that you had to, acquire to do what you do today in the space you are?
Okay, first of all, when it comes to skills, you first of all have to know how to handle gadgets. That's like the primary thing. Okay, what are camera angles, what are shots, what kind of cameras do you need for what kind of shots do you need for what? When you're doing a product shoot, it's not the same as shooting a film and TV are not the same. Doing some kind of things in the media are not the same. You need different things for different, you need different kind of equipment for different kind of things. You need different kind of shots for different kind of things. These are the technical things you need to learn. And then even knowing all of this is not enough to make you sellable, to make you a brand. How creative are you even after you've known all of these things? So it entails going to school, it entails taking courses, it entails engaging in a variety of things, especially at the basic of it, because at the like the grassroots level, getting involved in production, trying to know what a production set entails, what does it take to produce what are the things. Producing a short film is not the same as producing an entire film. Producing a skit is not the same as producing a short film. Doing an interview is not the same as reading the news. These things have different shots. These things have different dimensions. They have different perspective. They have, and it still goes way to even scripting, because it's often not all about equipment. It's often not about how you have to handle your gadgets and all of that. What's your script like? What does it entail? Then even if you have a very good script, do you have someone who can interpret it better, who can help you, who can help you bring it to life? Because
amazing,
a script is a script, except it has been brought to life, and that's exactly what this creativity entails.
Right. Wow. Still, where we are talking about your skills and the work you do, can you please share with my audience? Your studio is called Waka Waka. Where did that come from? How did that originate? What is it all about? Excite us, please. Yes.
Okay. Waka Waka Studio was born out of the fact that, like I said, I love being authentic. I love being Nigerian. I love doing things that are very, very, very relatable. When we're trying to pick a name, my older sister and my board, we were trying to stumble a couple of things, and then that just struck. And my PA was like, well, let's just go with it, because that's exactly what we are. We are everywhere. You don't really need to be in Lagos or in Abuja to be able to have us do what we do for you. You don't need to be where we are for us to deliver quality, at the shortest time possible, as long as you're ready to pay,
I like that. So my dear audience, it doesn't come cheap. My guest is telling you that it doesn't come cheap. When you want good things cost, really. But I can assure you she's probably affordable because she's, when it comes to women things, we are all about impacting and making things happen, and then the money will come when it's time. So let's thank you so much for that, Uzie. That's fantastic, very inspiring as well, really. Now, if you were going to, take on board young women to work with you, what kind of skills, what kind of attitude, what kind of mindset would you say they need to have to do this kind of job, either with you or by themselves, with the experience you have so far?
The truth about it is that being in a male-dominated profession takes a lot from you. First of all, you'll be talked down on. You'll
Right.
be undercharged. You'll be told you don't know what you know how to do because you're a woman, because you're a lady, and then it's men who do these things. So if you're not determined, you might just sway. You might just lose it. You might just forget the reason why you joined it, which is the reason why being a videographer and a creative director in a male-dominated profession has to come from the inside. It has to be something that you really want to do. It's not something you just, because you see that, oh, ladies are beginning to become videographers, and you just join and say you also want to be a videographer. You would run out of the profession. So if I'm to take on any lady, I would want to take on ladies who love the job for what it is, who want to use their cameras to create stories that people can relate with. Even if they don't even know how to, when you hear someone speak, this person wants to learn. This person can be very creative in the future. Do you understand? People who are ready to listen, ask questions, and then no matter how they feel their ideas might not be good enough, they are still ready to share. Ladies who are humble and can put themselves. You see, one thing about women is that we always have a way of letting our beauty and then what we have, our class, what we've achieved, come before every other thing else. So ladies who do this are very, very easy to work with, who do not put their achievement in front of whoever they are going to relate to. So these are the kind of people I find I really would love to take on if I'm going to take on women. Because imagine going to a resort center, and it happens that there are other videographers there who are men, and then at the gate you're already being told you can't come in because maybe your name wasn't on the list, and then your name is there, and they're telling you that it's not even your name, or that you're impersonating, because we're in a society where women do not imagine women to do some kind of things. So oftentimes you need to prove yourself. It's easy for a woman to say, I want to be a hairdresser. But imagine a lady saying she wants to be a barber. That's tedious work. Even before she begins to, So that's just it. You have to tell yourself you want to do it, you to be able to do it.
Wow, I love it. And I think, Uzi, you brought me to the question I wanted to ask you next, because anybody that maybe hears you now or maybe has known you, from whatever space you've been in, whatever, might think, oh, she's had it all rosy and all that. So can you please share with us, what challenges do you, one, as a woman, which some of it I think you have said, but let's see if we can go more in depth, and then as an entrepreneur now in the videographic space, what challenges do you face? I don't know if you got my question. As a woman and as an entrepreneur in your videography space.
Yeah, I think I mentioned a couple of that already in the last question I answered, which
fantastic.
One of them is being talked down, being looked down upon, and told you cannot do what you can do. Always having to prove yourself every time, to make people understand that this is what you trained for and you've been doing over the years. So these are just some of the challenges you face.
Okay.
And then one beautiful thing about
that,
the moment you can, first of all, let people know that you're quality and not quantity, and then you're even better than many of the men in the profession. You will be a very
I love that.
Comes to what you do. So just prove yourself.
Fantastic.
Don't compete with anyone. Even I'm sure there are thousands of women in the profession already, and then
Right.
Just put yourself in a position where you know that whenever you're with another woman who's in a profession, there's something you want to learn from her. And if you want to
Absolutely.
compete
I love that.
men,
Fantastic.
so
Well, all the men out there, we're not saying we want to keep competing. No, we just want to be who we are. Women doing dynamic things and on their own and our own mission as well, really, but also making us valued for what we are. So thank you so much, Uzi, for that. The other thing I want to go ahead and ask you is what is, or some of the things, being a professional in this space, how has that impacted on you as an individual or even as a female? Being a videographer, what has that brought, to the table for you, to put it in another way?
yes, for me it has taken me places, believe me. It has
Great.
made people. I have met people that I never knew I would meet. I have gone to places, being what's the job? See, I don't even know jobs that women do anymore. Just
I like that.
understand. So for me, it has exposed me to a variety of things I wouldn't have been exposed to.
Great.
For me, that's beautiful, and the fact that
Wow.
I always prove people wrong is the beautiful aspect of it for me. Okay, there was
Right.
one. The most recent I experienced was when I went for an event, and then
Right.
I went with my crew, and then being the head of the crew,
Okay.
being a woman was a lie. So we were supposed to
Right.
share a stand, and then
Okay.
the person that heads that position was like, he can't see, he knows that there's just one person that's supposed to be there. So who am I? I was like, well, I am the one that should be heading this stand. And I was like, what? Let me go and call my boss. I was going to
I
my
like
boss,
that.
and I was so furious. And then my crew were like just watching what I was going to do. And then one thing you also
Right.
have to know as a woman in any profession is that you being a
Right.
woman, you always
Right.
should be careful, because people will judge you
Okay.
by your actions. People will
Right.
judge you by what you did and what you didn't do. If you
Right.
speak too much or if you're too harsh, it's a problem. So what I just did
Right.
was I just let him rant and rant and rant, and then he went to make inquiries and found out that he should even be
Right.
reporting to me. And then he came back and said, "Okay, sorry,
I like
didn't
that.
know. No, the reason why he did that was that he was giving strict rules that
Right.
no other person would be there. But I told him that, but I told you it was me. Were you expecting a man
Right.
to be there?" And then he didn't say anything.
I
So
love
these
that.
are the kind of things you
Right.
get to face. And then on
Right.
cases where you
Fantastic.
report in charge, or maybe you have to report to someone. Okay, let's flip the
Right.
table around. If I wasn't the one who was supposed to head that space, and then I was supposed to be under
Right.
that man, you should that throughout that day will give me hell.
You are going to see fire.
It was it would
I
give me
love
hell.
that.
But being the person that I am, whenever I'm working, especially on the field, I
Right.
am always prepared.
Right.
So I set my
Great.
mind to the
Great.
fact that one, nobody's going to get me so pissed that I will forget the reason why I'm where I am. I have a
I love
job to
that. I
do.
love that.
And you know, when you've
I love
collected
that.
money for a job, it is harder
Yeah.
refunding the money. You will not want to
Of
refund the
course.
money.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
You will let
Wow.
people say
Fantastic.
you down.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I love that. I love that, Uzi. Thank you so much for sharing that. Ladies, like Uzi has just give her a bit of a breathing space there. I like what Uzi says that I've got a job to do. So because she's got a job to do, she will not let her emotions or anything get in the way of sending the wrong message or sending the wrong example as a female, as if we can't do it. And we know we can. We can control our emotions, we can control ourselves, we can discipline ourselves to deliver just like any other gender. So fantastic, Uzi. Thank you so much for that. Now, let me ask you, like I always ask a number of my guests at this point, really, there's always, everybody says somebody has in a way supported them or helped them to be where they are today. So I ask you, as I always like this quote that Oprah had shared at a point in time, that is from Maya, and she talks about this fact that she stands as that she comes as one but stands as 10,000. So Uzi, share with us, who are the people that make your own 10,000 that have helped you females
Okay.
to stand the way you are today?
Females, one person.
Yes. Yeah. Of
It's
course,
just,
females to begin with, and then let's look at males after. Yes.
if it's
Sorry
females,
to cut you.
just
Yes.
one person. And it's my older sister,
Amazing.
Elizabeth Biodute, CEO Mirror Collections.
Wow.
She has she
Wow.
has been the only female. I can say this anywhere. So far, anyways, so far.
Wow.
She has been the only
Wow.
female who, first of all, saw through me. And then each time I want
Right.
to give up, she would spank me emotionally and spank
Wow.
me physically and tell me to keep going.
A shout out to the sisters are going to start winning now. Before on my program, the mothers were always
So,
winning.
so she till
I
date,
love
till
that.
date, she's still very, very strong when it comes to supporting. Then when it comes to
Fantastic.
male, started with, I call him my mentor, even if he
Right.
refuses to become that. Uh,
Right.
one very amazing man. He's I can
Right.
even say I started with him. You know, he saw
Right.
through too. When I was going
Right.
left, told me no, 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 go right
Right.
again.
I love
You
that.
know,
I love
Mr.
that. I love
President
that.
Level, he's been amazing.
Fantastic.
Then
Fantastic.
you know, Mr. Ali Mahmood Ali Balogun, he's
Wow.
been great
Wow.
also. Then
So fantastic.
my PA Jimmy Adejo has also been very supportive.
Fantastic.
You know, and then for all
Fantastic.
these three people, my PA has been so supportive that when my older sister is not there, he's the next person that is there. Because these other
Wow.
people I
Wow.
mentioned are super busy, and then I even used to
Wow.
wonder how they all find time for me. So before I can reach them and tell them this is what
Right.
I'm facing, my PA has always been there for
Wow.
me, and I really want to
Wow.
appreciate
Wow.
life.
A shout. That was fantastic. A shout. These are the people now. The trendy word is that they are the he, she's. The he's that are championing, and supporting women out here. Fantastic. So we appreciate and we love to hear, about them.
And
Thank you
I
so much
also
for
want
that.
to keep I also want to keep this in that oftentimes people say it's not possible that a man helps a woman without
Hmm.
asking for kind in return.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
I wouldn't say that's false. But these people I
Right.
mentioned have been
Right.
they've taken me, if I don't want to even say as a father, they've taken me as a relative. They've taken me as someone from their bloodline. And this is not
Fantastic.
because I am unique or anything. I'm just saying that there are
Right.
still, in the 1,000 men who ask for kind, there's still one man out
Right.
there who would give you his all
Fantastic.
just to grow, just to see that,
Absolutely.
okay,
Absolutely.
I made her. And they will not even want to take credit. I am sure they will not even want to have me say this. They will not even want to take credit
Absolutely.
for it. But
For what they
them
have
seeing
done.
you grow is just their
Yeah.
joy, and it's amazing.
I can imagine. Wow. We celebrate them out there as well and thank them for having done that so that we have Uzi right before us here today. It's a privilege. Thank you for that. So now, Uzi, another thing I want to ask because we are still living it and it has not gone away from us. Can you share with us in what way has the COVID pandemic in any way influenced what you do, during these past few months that we have all lived through it from last year?
It affected the creative industry a lot, a
That's
whole
true.
lot. If
Yeah,
there's all affected all the sectors, but it happened that the creative industry is an interactive industry that oftentimes need people to gather and converge. So because
right.
of this, people have gone online, which
Yeah,
now seems like a ground where people can now even people make money now from it. So
that's
it
true.
affected me. So I
Hmm.
wouldn't lie. It affected the business badly, so much.
Right.
But we thank God for where we
Wow.
are. We thank God how we're growing and where He's leading us.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I love that. So we're keeping hope high and we know that we're all going to bounce back stronger. I love that. Now, let me go to other things really also to do with your job. Can you share with us what is most interesting, in terms of the job you do on a daily basis that, wakes you up from your bed and, I've got to get going, share with us some of this. things that make working interesting?
You know, for me, like I said earlier, it's the creativity. The fact
Right,
that I know
right.
that I can put this and this together, and then it comes out
Hmm.
beautiful to the eyes. You know,
Right.
something that is interactive, something that people can learn from, something that can promote brands and individuals, something that I know that when I give to you, it will help you earn
Hmm.
more money. It will promote you as an
Right,
individual. That's what gives me
right,
joy. So today, what have I
right,
what have I learned? What have I learned? Okay, I
right.
did this job. I think I can do it better this way. You know, for those in the creatives, there's an end. There's no limit to how much you can go or how far you can go. If you are on point 100 today, tomorrow you can wake up and see that 110 is looking so beautiful, and you want to even go to 120. So that
Right.
is just how it is for those in the creatives. You just there's
Right,
no limit. It's endless. It's boundless. So that's what wakes me up
right.
every day, to know that I can sleep at night and even
Fantastic.
have a dream, and then recreate my dream to something people can
Right.
see. Do you understand? So that's it for me.
Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. I love that. So that also brings me to the question: have you had to battle with some people that some people have termed, dream killers and dream supporters in that sense? And how have you dealt with it? Share with my audience, especially for those who are struggling at the moment with their own dream or dream killers as well.
You know, I call them bad energy. And the thing is, bad energy people, they are the ones that would not that will see you and just tell you you're perfect, and they don't help you
Right,
improve as an
right,
individual. They don't help you
right,
improve in your habits. They don't help you improve in
right,
your job. They don't even help your
right.
pocket improve. So they are just there. You know, so if you're not adding to me in
Right,
my mentally, physically, you know, if it
right,
comes to my habits or my job and my see, they don't even give
right,
you referrals. That's the funny thing. They're the kind of people that will come to you and tell you
right,
that, please do it for my friend for free, not knowing that it
right,
takes what it takes to edit a video, like to put together and
right.
edit a single video, even if it's just 1 minute,
Hmm.
a 1 minute video. Do you know how long? And then you think you can call somebody up and say, please do it for me for free. Hello. And they're the type that will tell you
Right.
that, see, don't worry. God, what's that word they normally say? Tomorrow will be better. I'll be God day. God day. Tomorrow will be better, but if you don't work for it today, tomorrow cannot be better. So, and
I
the reason
know.
why people have this kind of mad energy around their personal spaces and their business spaces, because they're often sentimental. I am quick to tell people
Right.
that you're not helping me improve in any way. And then for me, I
Hmm.
think tell you that it's left for you to go and do your homework. And then if you see that
Okay.
truly, you should be able to tell yourself that, how have I really helped this lady? What have I assist?
Right.
I'm not saying give me money. I'm not saying give me
Right.
cash. No, there are some referrals that
Right.
are worth even the thousands that will be given to you, or the millions. Somebody can refer you to
Absolutely.
one
Yeah.
client, and then your account is hitting millions already, and they've never given you a
Right.
fight
That's
in
true.
their life. Do you understand?
That's
Someone can
true.
tell you that
Yeah.
the way you speak, take out your H factor and try to practice how to, something like that.
Yeah.
Or since you're
Yeah.
the kind of
Yeah.
person that you spend so much time in the day working, why not try sleeping early? Why not try to take,
Right.
since you work so hard, I heard so and
Yeah.
so natural medicines are
Yeah.
good for the body. Why not try taking it? Or I saw your picture last week. I think you're beginning to have wrinkles, and I know it's because you're working too hard. Why not take some time to rest?
Right.
See,
Right.
as little as that, it's good to know that people are paying
Yeah.
attention to you. So if you're close to me
Absolutely.
and then you're not even noticing that I'm beginning to have wrinkles, or that my pimples is now very much, or that the cream I was using before is like I'm not using the cream again, so let me go and hustle up,
Right.
then what's your point?
Right.
What's the point of my life?
Uzi, you're not going to kill us today with these things, really. I'm just so tickled, really. Amazing, amazing. So we don't want bad energy around us. We want
At
people that would
all.
encourage us. And we also want
Yes.
to try to encourage others also. So women supporting women, men supporting women as well, and women supporting men. So Fantastic. There's so much. I'm excited. I could let you go on, but there's still things I want to ask you to share with my audience within this episode as well. So I want to ask, you said you've been a journalist, you're still in the media space and all that. Do you think, there's still a lot that the media can champion in terms of tourism, hospitality, and aviation? And please share with us why you think so.
Yes, there's a lot. And like I said in the caption of the picture I posted for this
Right.
Instagram live my page, I said something about
Right.
preserving
Right.
history, preserving culture. There
I
are a lot
like
of things
that.
that during our time were traditional and symbolic that are no longer available. There were a lot of
Right.
things, even when it comes to language, as little as language. There are a lot of
Yeah.
locations that used to be historical that are no longer functional. Go to
Right.
Calabar. There are a lot of places that used to be very good tourist centers that are no longer tourist
Right.
centers. Some of them that are still tourist centers are no longer as beautiful as they used to be. People can tell you
Right.
of their days. So this is one of the
Right.
places where media can help. First of all, media can
Right.
help to propagate how many tourist centers are in different locations. And
Yeah.
the reason why people run from tourist centers is because they feel it's often very expensive to visit them.
Okay.
Yes. And then hospitality.
Okay.
Imagine if I have to go to Idore now in
Right.
Akure in Ondo State. If I consider
Right.
transportation and accommodation,
Yeah.
then
Leisure is
how
still
much they will
expensive.
charge me. They will charge me to enter into the tourist center, and then I'll have to pay the
Yeah.
person to take me round. Give or take,
Yeah.
I might be spending nothing less than 50,000, 60,000 naira. So the media
Yeah.
can help to propagate. Okay, fine. Even if you're thinking this is how much it is, this is how, if you do
Right.
this, if you do this, if you do this, or if you're close
Yeah.
by, or
Right.
just tell people you can visit
Right.
at this price. And for those who cannot even
Right.
visit, media
Yeah.
can help to do documentaries that
That's
can
true.
be aired.
Yeah.
But the truth about it
That's
is
true.
that nothing goes on air that is not paid for. So this is
That's
where
true.
collaboration
Yeah.
comes. So if there
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
collaboration between state governments and media houses, and then even
Yeah.
private individuals who can
Right.
help document this story center, and then have them
That's true.
shown at different times, probably on a cultural day or on specific days,
Yeah.
it's really going to go
Yeah.
a long way in helping
Yeah.
preserve this. So,
Fantastic. And some of these things used to take place before, and somehow they have sort of phased out. That would be fantastic. You've got very, very, important points there. Really, I hope we will get people to listen to this and do something really and make it happen. Now, to quickly ask you as well, Uzi, you are a young businesswoman. Do you think there are still opportunities for young business people or entrepreneurs like you in this post-pandemic era?
yes, a lot of people
Okay.
cashed out during the pandemic. A lot of people made more money during the pandemic, not by fraud or by any illegal
Right.
means, just by
Right.
creativity and by doing what
That's true.
you know how to do best. So there's nothing
Right.
like the pandemic. Yes, the pandemic really shut down a lot of things and all of that, but it is not a border, it is not a line for you to stop in doing what you're
Right.
doing. It should just be like a starting point, like a turnover, turnaround. We all
Right.
should have a way
Right.
of redirecting ourselves just in case things happen. So young people, young women out there can still cash out, irrespective of
Right.
the trade or the
Fantastic.
profession they're.
Fantastic. Now that we're still in the point, Abby, at the time of we're saying the Women's International Women's Day. Uzi, let me
Okay.
ask, like we're all asking ourselves across the globe, what have you chosen to challenge? Will I say this month, perhaps thinking of what you are doing now or what is even happening within our global society? What are you choosing to challenge as a female?
What am I what?
Choosing to challenge with the team of the International Women's Day as a female within the space you are in?
I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm saying that what are you choosing to challenge as a female in the space you are in at the moment with this team that is going, around with women thinking about that? What's your stand?
As a woman, I've always told other women who care to listen that you have no business comparing yourself to a man first. You have no
I like
business
that.
saying that you and a man you are equal. Equal by right,
Okay.
yes. Equal by
Okay.
the right to life, the right to do a lot of things, yes. But not I'm
Okay.
a man, all this
Right.
nonsense dragging of things. See, I believe as a woman, a princess, and you should be treated as a queen. And the
I love
person who
that.
can treat you as a queen is a man.
I
The
love
people
that.
who can treat you as a princess is a man. And these men have to be kings and princes. Now, if you now
Absolutely.
want, you are this one, you are that one, you're trying to, according to what how they say, they rub shoulder with a man. Who now treats you as a queen? Who treats you as a queen? Who helps? Who makes you feel like a princess? Who takes your hand back
Right.
with hand back you're coming out of a car? Who opens the car door for you? And
Right. I
another
like
thing
that.
I know men do not like is when you are trying to rub your ego on their face.
Absolutely.
You can stoop to conquer, and then as a woman you can achieve so much just by being humble. And if there is anything
Yeah.
that seizes a man's fancy in a woman, is how humble she can be.
Right.
So for me,
Right.
I have chosen as an individual to learn,
Right.
even be more humble than I am,
Right.
give men the respect they deserve, knowing fully well that
Right.
some men might just be so crazy up there, trying to
Right.
understand that not all men can think equally. And then many of them will want to
Right.
trample on your right or even on you as a gender or as being a woman. They will want to
Female woman.
rub masculinity on you. Knowing all of this,
Right.
target are not those
Right.
men. Your target are men who
Right.
know they are kings and princes and who are ready to treat you as a queen. I have been to
Wow.
places where I work in as a videographer with my
Right.
camera wrapped up on my body and my tripod and all of that, looking all like a
Right.
tomboy. And men have seen me and asked me that,
Right.
what do you do? I say I'm a videographer, and they're like, wow, that's interesting. And they even give me
Right.
much more very good,
Attention.
audience treatment, attention, that's the word,
Right.
than they give the other
Right.
men. So I would not
Right.
now
Right.
judge all men by just
Right.
that one
Right.
man or those few men who do not
I love
understand
that.
that I'm doing something I love. So if
I
every
love
woman
that.
out there
I
can
love that.
understand that not all
Fantastic.
men will see you as a woman and respect you as a woman, then I think you would go a long way, because you will not waste your energy on those kind of
Fantastic.
men.
Fantastic. I love that. So, Uzi, as we start wrapping up, there's still a few things to quickly ask you to share with us. To you as a videographer and a woman in this, your space, and generally in our country, Nigeria, how important is support to you? How important do you think women need support within your space and within our country?
It cannot be underestimated, and it
Right.
cannot be too. As a woman, you need financial support, you need moral support, you need
Right.
even mental support gone. You
I
need
like
all the
that.
support, because each time, if you have a man in your life who doesn't understand your schedule, you might just have issues,
Right.
because
That's true.
he might always want you to not practice now, to show your womanly responsibilities in the house. He
That's
would
true.
want to always do what is required of the traditional Nigerian woman. Knowing
Right.
fully well
Right.
that we're in the 21st century where women now work and earn. Unlike back then, when women only accompanied their husbands to the farm, and then their primary job is to give birth to children. These days, men no
Right.
longer marry women who do not work. They want you to work. So how do you do,
Right.
even if it's a 9 to 5, how do you do a 9 to 5 and then come home and still carry out your duties? So these are
That's
the
true.
things need
Right.
support for. So if
Right.
you now have a man or a family, just even if you're married, if you have a family
Hmm.
who understands that you're trying to build a career, you're trying to build a
Right.
profession, so
Right.
they will even get to help you with a lot of things. For example, my older sister, you know,
Right.
I can even send you, if not because this is a chat, I can send you my message, a message to me today. She already sent me
Right.
pictures of cake she baked and asking
Wow.
me if I was come home today because she was going to keep some for me. Do you understand?
Right.
Let's even
Right.
assume I don't even get to meet.
Sorry, the audience, a
Can
bit of
give
it.
that,
Okay.
you know, that boost when it comes working. You want
Right.
to make people proud. You want to make them proud because
Absolutely.
they are actually going out of their way to make you comfortable so that you'll be more
Ab-
productive.
I love
So
that. I love that. I love
need
that.
all the
No,
support.
sorry.
While I was in
The audience, I
school,
think there's a bit of okay.
I did A level, and then this same my older sister for 2 good years did my laundry and
Wow.
cooked.
Wow.
She even cooked
Wow.
all through the
Wow.
time I was in school for me. That it became
Wow.
a problem
Wow.
when she graduated. She just
Wow.
wanted it to be that grades. Let it not be that there was a
Fantastic.
reason why
Fantastic.
grades were low and all of that. So knowing that I need to
Wow.
make the lady proud was enough reason for me to even
Of
keep
course.
going. So these are the kind of support
Wow.
everyone,
Wow.
even the uneducated
I
ones who are
love
in
that.
business, need this support too. They need